I remember saying, "Lily, are you serious right now?" My voice sounded small, and I hated it. She stood near the door with her suitcase, and she didn't even look at me when she spoke. "I'm tired, Ethan. I'm tired of feeling stuck. I need more than this. I need more than you." I felt something break inside my chest. "So that's it? After everything, you just walk away?" She sighed. "Don't make this harder. You're a good guy, but you're safe. And safe feels like failure to me." "Failure?" I whispered. "I thought we were building something together." She finally turned to look at me. "Marcus understands me. He's bold, he takes risks, he's not afraid to want more." I stared at her. "Marcus? My best friend Marcus?" "He was honest about how he felt," she said quietly. "You should try honesty someday." I laughed, but it sounded broken. "I was honest. I loved you. I trusted you. I believed in you." She shook her head. "Love doesn't feed dreams. I need something real." "So I was never real?" I asked. "You were comfortable," she replied. "And I don't want comfortable." Marcus walked in like he belonged there, hands in his pockets. "Ethan, man, don't make this worse." "It just happened. It just happened," I repeated. "You don't trip and fall into betrayal," he shrugged. "You'll understand someday." I stepped toward him. "Get out." Lily set her suitcase down. "Please don't be angry. This is better for all of us." "For all of us?" I said. "Or just for you two?" Marcus whispered, "Let it go." "Take her and get out," I said. "And don't ever come back." She picked up her bag again and paused. "You'll find someone better. Someone who fits you." "I already had what I wanted," I said. "You just didn't want me." She didn't answer. She walked out. Marcus followed. They didn't look back. The door closed. Silence hit harder than their words. I sank onto the floor. "What was wrong with me?" I whispered. "Why wasn't I enough?" Mamlie arrived minutes later after I called her. "Ethan, talk to me. What happened?" "They left." "Together," I said. "She said I was safe." "She said I wasn't enough." Emily knelt beside me. "Then she never deserved you." "I loved her," I said. "I trusted him." "And they both chose better than me." "No," she said softly. "They chose easier than growing up." I pressed my hands against my face. "I feel empty," she hugged me. "You're not empty. You're hurt." Later, Daniel sat with me at work. "You look like you haven't slept in days." "I haven't," I said. He nodded slowly. "Wanna talk?" "She said Marcus was bold," I said. "She said I was safe, like safety is something to be ashamed of." Daniel spoke gently. "If someone leaves because you're kind, that says more about them than you." I stared at my desk. "I don't ever want to feel like this again." "What do you mean?" he asked. "I mean, I'm done being weak," I said. "I'll never depend on anyone again. I'll never let someone see me fall apart like this." Daniel looked worried. "Just don't lose yourself trying to protect yourself." "I already lost everything," I replied. "Now I only have me." That day I made a promise inside my broken chest. I didn't say it aloud. I didn't need to. I promised I would rise, and one day they would regret ever calling me safe. I said, "I'm fine," even when my eyes burned every night. Emily asked, "You haven't eaten again, right?" I said, "I'm fine," I replied. "Please don't start. You're not fine," she said. "You barely talk anymore." "I don't have anything left to say," I whispered. At night, I lay awake. Lily's voice echoed in my head. "Safe, not enough. Marcus understands me." I muttered into the dark. Why wasn't I enough? In the morning, Mom called. "Ethan, you sound tired again." "I worked late," I said. "You always work late," she replied. "Talk to me." "There's nothing to talk about," I said. "I'm okay. You don't fool me," she answered gently. "You're my son. I don't want to worry you," I said. "You already do," she whispered. At work, Daniel looked at me. "Rough night?" "Every night is rough," I said. He nodded. "Still thinking about them? They live rent-free in my head," I said. "That's the joke." He asked, "Do you want to let them keep that space?" "I don't get to choose," I said. "My brain chose for me." When I went for coffee, Anna smiled. "Hi. The usual?" "Yeah," I said quietly. "You look heavy," she said. "I just need caffeine," I replied. "You can talk if you want," she said softly. "I don't know how anymore," I said. She handed the cup to me. "Then start small." I nodded but walked out before my chest cracked open. At home, Mom stood in the kitchen. "Sit with me. I have work," I said. "You always have work," she replied. "I need the distraction," I said. She sighed. "I miss your laugh." "I don't," I said. "It reminds me of who I used to be," she whispered. "You're still you." I don't feel like me, I replied. I feel empty, Emily joined us. He barely sleeps. I said stop worrying, I snapped. They went quiet. I covered my face. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of hurting. Mom held my hand. Then let us hold the pain with you. I can't, I said. If I open it, I won't close it again. Emily asked, do you still love her? I don't know, I said. I think I love the memory. Not the person? And Marcus? She asked. I don't even have a word for him, I said. Mom said. Anger eats the heart. I already feel eaten, I said. So what's left to lose? Work became my shelter. I drowned inside it. When Daniel spoke, I barely heard him. You're overworking, he said. Good, I replied. It keeps me upright. You're pushing everyone away, he warned. That's the goal, I said. People leave, walls don't. He sighed. You don't have to turn to stone to survive. I do, I said. Love is a lie. Trust is a knife. He looked sad. I liked the old you. I don't, I said. He died the day they walked out. One evening, I ran into Anna again. She asked, rough day too? Rough life, I said. Can I sit? She asked. If you want, I replied. She sat beside me. Silence is okay. I stared ahead. Silence is all I have, she said gently. You're still here. That means something. It means I breathe, I said. That's it. Sometimes that's enough, she replied. I shook my head. Not for me. When I went home, I stared into the mirror. Feel nothing, I told myself. It's safer. And slowly I did, not heal. Just harder. Daniel said, You're here again? It's past midnight. I don't sleep, I replied. Work is easier than thinking. You've built 5 new systems in 2 weeks, he said. That isn't normal. Pain is fuel, I said. Let me burn it, he sighed. Then let me burn with you. We can build something real. You want to start a company with me? I asked. Yes. Your mind. My structure. We could change everything. I stared at the glowing screen. Fine. We do this my way. No shortcuts, no weakness. He nodded. We'll call it Coltech. I repeated the name under my breath. Coltech. The first investor meeting came fast. One of them asked, Why should we trust you with our money? I answered, Because I don't quit. Because I've already lost everything once. I won't lose again. Daniel added, And because the product works. They looked impressed. Another said, We'll think about it. When we left the building, Daniel asked, How do you feel? Like my heart is locked behind a door, I said. Only results matter now. A week later, the investors called. We're in, the voice said. I looked at Daniel. We did it. He grinned. No, you did this. I just kept up. Money finally flowed. New offices, new equipment, long days. Longer nights. Daniel said, We're growing fast. Good, I replied. Faster is safer. You mean control, he said. Yes, I said. Control means never being blindsided again. My phone never stopped ringing. Ethan, your company is inspiring, people kept saying. You're incredible, others told me. I smiled politely. Inside, I felt nothing. Emily once asked, Are you happy? I'm successful, I said. That wasn't my question, she replied. That's my answer, I said. Mom told me. You talk less now. I talk to spreadsheets, I said lightly. They don't lie, one investor said. Your calm nature is impressive. You never react. I reacted once, I answered. I learned my lesson. Daniel warned me. You're building walls higher than skyscrapers. Good, I said. I like the view from up here. He sighed. Just don't forget you're human. I won't, I said, though I already felt like a machine. Eventually, my mind began to crack under the weight. I went to see a therapist because Emily begged me. Why are you here? Dr. Adrian Ward asked. I built a company, I said. Now I want to make sure I don't break it. That isn't why you're here, he replied calmly. I frowned. Then why am I here? You're hurting, he said. Tell me about Lily. I don't talk about dead things, I said. She isn't dead, he replied. She is to me, I said. Along with trust, he nodded slowly. And Marcus? I don't say his name, I said. He doesn't exist. Adrian leaned forward. Avoidance isn't healing. I don't want healing, I said. I want power. Power means safety, he asked. And when you stop running? I don't, I said. Running works, he studied me. Success is your armor, yes, I said. And I don't plan to take it off. Armor grows heavy, he warned. I'll carry it, I said. He sighed. Come back next week, I stood. We'll see. Back at Coltech, Daniel said. How was therapy? I didn't break, I replied. That's all that matters. He smiled sadly. One day you might want more than not breaking. Today is not that day, I said. At night, I whispered to myself, if I become powerful enough, nothing can hurt me. I didn't realize the wound inside me still bled. I only learned how to hide it behind success. I was walking into the lobby when I heard a voice say, Ethan? I froze. I knew that voice even though I had tried to bury it. I turned slowly and saw Lily standing there like a ghost that refused to fade. She smiled weakly. You look different. I am different, I said. What are you doing here? I wanted to see you, she replied. I've missed you. I laughed. You missed what you left behind? She bit her lip. Marcus is gone. He walked out. I have nothing. So now you remember me, I said. Convenient. I deserve that, she whispered. But I'm scared. I don't know where else to go. I watched her eyes. Behind the fake calm I saw fear shaking. What do you want, Lily? A chance to talk, she said. Maybe a job. Maybe a place to start again. You think I'm still the same man you broke? I asked. I'm hoping you're still kind, she said softly. I'm not weak, I replied. Not anymore. She nodded slowly. I can see that. You feel unreachable. That suits me, I said. Sit, talk. We sat in my office. She looked around. You built all this. Yes, I said. Without you. I made a mistake, she said. Marcus promised the world. Then he took everything. So you want help, I said. I want forgiveness, she replied. Inside my chest felt like ice. You don't get to ask for that easily. She wiped her eyes. I know, but I'm drowning. I smiled gently so she would believe the act. We'll see what I can do, she whispered. Thank you. After she left, I called Karen Blake. I need your mind. She said, you only call when the storm starts. What happened? Lily is back, I said. She wants help. Karen paused. And you want revenge. I want balance, I said. I want control. Tell me the plan, she replied. I'll bring her close, I said. I'll make her think I've forgiven her. I'll learn what she hid. Then I'll let the truth eat her the way she once ate me. Karen asked, Are you sure you want this path? I swore I would never be the one crying again, I said. I meant it, she sighed. Then I'll protect you legally. No lines crossed. Only precision. That's why I trust you, I said. Do you still feel anything for her, she asked. I feel memory, I said. And memory is a knife I choose to hold by the blade. Be careful, she warned. Knives cut even steady hands. I've lived with worse pain, I said. That night Lily texted me. Thank you for not hating me, I typed back. We all make choices, she replied. Maybe I can fix mine. I stared at the screen. Maybe, I wrote. Then I whispered to myself, this time I will not bleed. I closed my eyes and pictured the day she left, and I felt the old ache rise, but this time I also felt a colder voice inside me saying, use it. The voice wasn't angry. It was patient. It told me to smile, to welcome her back, to let her lean on me until the past became a chain around her own neck. I didn't cheer. I didn't celebrate. I simply decided that mercy was over and silence would become my weapon. I whispered, you taught me this, and then I went to sleep. Morning arrived with quiet resolve. When Lily walked into Coltech on her first day, I said, welcome to the team. My voice sounded calm, almost warm. Inside I felt nothing but cold planning. She smiled at me. Thank you for giving me this chance. I only hire people who can add value, I said. So prove it. I will, she replied. You'll see, I thought. I already see everything. Later, Daniel walked into my office. So it's official. She works here. Yes, I said. He asked, you sure this is smart? I'm in control, I replied. That's what matters now. Daniel sighed. Control sometimes becomes a cage. I built these walls on purpose, I said. They keep me safe. He nodded slowly. Just don't lock yourself inside forever. I pretended not to hear the warning. At lunch, Emily called. You hired Lily? Yes, I said. She let out a breath. Why? I want to see who she is without the mask, I said. And I want her to depend on me. That sounds like revenge, she whispered. Call it justice, I said. Be careful, she replied. Hate spreads quietly. I know what I'm doing, I said. That evening, Lily came to my office. I'm struggling with the client files. Can you help me? Of course, I said. Sit down, she sat close. It feels strange being near you again. I answered, strange doesn't mean bad. She laughed lightly. You always knew how to calm me. I thought you once knew how to break me. Aloud I said, you'll learn fast. Just follow my lead. She nodded. I trust you. The words felt bitter in my chest. Good, I said. Keep trusting me. The next week, I gave her a project that required my approval at every step. She knocked on my door often. Ethan, can you review this? Ethan, what do you think? Ethan, I don't want to mess up, and every time I said, you did fine. But you still need me. She smiled gratefully each time, not realizing the strings tightening around her. When I met with Dr. Adrian Ward again, he asked, how is Lily's job going? She depends on me, I said. Exactly as planned, and how do you feel about that? He asked. I feel steady, I said. In control. Safe. He leaned back. Revenge changes the shape of a man. It hardens what could have healed. I don't want healing, I said. I want balance. Are you sure you're not still bleeding? He asked. I stitched the wound shut myself, I replied. He nodded. Stitches can tear. I won't let them, I said. He looked at me carefully. Just remember, when you hold a leash, you're also tied to the other end. I left before the words could sink in. The next day, Lily said, I don't know what I would do without you. I smiled gently. You don't have to find out, she laughed. It's like old times. You saving me, I answered. Yes, old times. Inside I whispered, this time you answer to me. Daniel caught me after a meeting. Your voice changes when you talk about her. How? I asked. Like you're standing on a cliff, he said. One more step and you fall. I already fell, I said. Now I'm climbing back up. Just make sure you don't push someone else over the edge, he replied. I'm just giving her what she once gave me, I said. He shook his head slightly. That's what scares me. At night, I stared at the city lights and whispered, feel small, Lily. Feel what I felt. I told myself it was justice. I told myself I was right. I didn't tell myself to stop. Lily walked into my office with that same bright smile. I said, you needed something? She hesitated. You've been distant. I'm your boss, I replied. Distance helps the work. She laughed too lightly. You never used to sound like that. I never used to be like this, I said. Her smile twitched. Did I do something wrong here? You're doing fine, I said. Keep it up. I wanted to talk about us, she whispered. There is no us, I said. There is work, she stared at the floor. I miss when you cared, I answered. I don't. Her smile cracked a little more. Later, Anna handed me coffee. Rough morning? Just noise, I said. She smiled softly. You carry a lot. I carry what's mine, I replied. You don't always have to, she said. I do, I said. Letting go is dangerous. She nodded. I won't push. I appreciated that more than I admitted. That afternoon, Lily came back. Everyone listens to you, she said. I feel invisible here. I know the feeling, I said calmly. She swallowed. Can we at least talk about the past? No, I said. The past isn't up for review. I need closure, she said. You closed the door yourself, I replied. Her voice shook. I'm trying to fix things. I didn't ask you to, I said. She blinked hard and forced a smile that broke at the edges. Okay, sure, I'll just work. Good, I said. That's what you're here for. When she left, I felt a cold victory stirring. That evening, Anna found me outside the building. You look tired. I am, I said. Do you ever talk about it? She asked. I talk with silence, I said. She laughed gently. That's not the same. It's safer, I said. I don't want to hurt you, she replied. I know, I said. That's what scares me. She didn't argue. She just sat with me, which somehow felt more dangerous than any promise. The next day, Lily burst into my office, eyes red. Please don't ignore me anymore. I'm busy, I said. Please, she begged. Just listen for a minute, I sighed. Say what you need to say. I'm sorry, she said. I was stupid. I thought money mattered more than love. Marcus left. I ended up alone. I deserved the pain. But please don't freeze me out like I'm nothing. You made me nothing once, I said. Now you understand what it feels like. She covered her face and cried, I know. I ruined everything. I hate what I did. I hate who I was. I stayed still. Tears don't change history. I don't want the past back, she said. I just don't want you to hate me. I don't hate you. I said. Hope flickered in her eyes. You don't? No, I said quietly. I just don't care anymore. That hurt her more than shouting ever could. She whispered, please don't shut me out. I already did, I said. Years ago. She sobbed harder. I'm so sorry. I felt something dark whisper good. Another part of me felt nothing at all. And somewhere deep inside, a small voice asked what winning was worth. After she left, I sat alone until Anna appeared. You okay? I don't know, I said. You sound empty, she said gently. I am, I replied. An emptiness feels like safety. She looked at me carefully. Or like a cage. I didn't answer. I just stared at the window as night settled in. And I wondered why victory felt so hollow while Lily's broken smile haunted the silence I thought I wanted. That night, Lily knocked on my door and whispered, can we talk? I almost told her to leave, but something in her voice sounded broken. I said, it's late. She answered, so is my life. I stepped aside and said, 5 minutes. She sat at my table shaking. Marcus used me, she said. He took the money, the house, everything. I kept my arms crossed. Good story, why tell me? She cried, because I thought he loved me. Because I thought leaving you meant winning. I was stupid. I said, yes. She wiped her eyes. I deserve that. I deserve worse. I asked, why now? She whispered, I have no one. My friends vanished. My family won't talk to me. I lost everything. I felt a crack in my chest and hated it. So you want pity? She shook her head. No, I want truth. I was selfish. I loved you, Ethan. I really did. But I was scared of being poor forever. I laughed, but it hurt. So money beat love. She nodded slowly. Yes, and it ruined me. I asked, do you want forgiveness? She whispered, I want a chance to breathe without guilt crushing me. I said, you crushed me once. She nodded again. I know. I see your face in every regret. Silence wrapped around us. I finally said, what did he do? She took a shaking breath. He promised a company. He used my name on loans. He emptied my accounts. Then he disappeared. I asked, and you thought I was the safe mistake? She covered her face. I thought I wanted danger. Instead I got destroyed. I said, now you understand my past. She whispered, I never stopped loving you. I just stopped loving myself. My voice softened against my will. Why tell me that? She said, because you're the only place I ever felt safe, even when I lied about it. I hated the ache building in my chest. What do you want me to do? She said, nothing. Just listen. Just don't hate me while I drown. I whispered, hate would be easier. She cried harder. Then let it be easy. I deserve it. I felt my vow standing like a wall. You broke me. I swore I would never forgive that. She whispered, then don't forgive me. Just see me. I stared at her ruined eyes and finally said, I see you, you're human. You're lost. You're paying your price. She nodded, trembling. Then I'll accept it. I said, but understanding doesn't erase pain. She whispered, I know. I felt the war tearing inside my chest. One voice begged for mercy. Another demanded justice. I whispered, forgive or destroy. She looked at me with broken hope. Which one will you choose? I answered honestly, I don't know yet. And that scares me more than anything. She whispered, then I'll wait. I said, don't wait for miracles. She replied, I'm waiting for truth. I sighed. Truth hurts, she said, so does silence. I looked away. Everything feels loud inside my head. She asked, do you still care? I hesitated. I care enough to listen. Not enough to break again. She nodded. That's more than I deserve. I said, maybe, but it's all I have to give. She asked, will the pain ever fade? I answered, only when the lesson is done teaching. She whispered, then I'll keep learning. I closed my eyes. And I'll keep fighting myself. She whispered softly, choose kindness. Adrian looked at me and said, tell me what you really want, Ethan. I answered, I want control. Control keeps me alive. He asked, or does it keep you frozen? I frowned. I built a life out of ashes. Freezing helped. He replied. Freezing also kills feeling. I said, feeling is dangerous. He leaned forward. Revenge has shaped you? Do you recognize yourself anymore? I whispered, I recognize the armor. He asked, and the man under it? I stayed silent. He said, your pain is valid, but your heart is getting harder. I replied, Hard things don't break. He shook his head. They shatter. I sighed. So what? I held the shards once. I learned to bleed quietly. He asked, do you still believe revenge will free you? I whispered, it gives me purpose. He replied, it also traps you. I muttered, then maybe I belong in the trap. After therapy, Emily met me for dinner. She said, you look tired again. I answered, I always do. She asked, do you ever rest? I said, rest is for people who feel safe. She watched me. You're different now. I know, I said. You're colder, she whispered. I built it, I said. Layer by layer, she reached for my hand. You deserve peace, not more hate. I closed my eyes. Peace feels impossible, she said. Then try anyway. I replied. I only try to survive. She asked, do you still want revenge? I said, yes and no. And I hate that both are true. She whispered, then you're still human. Later, I saw Anna at the cafe. She smiled softly. Hey, long day? I nodded. Every day feels long lately. She said, you help everyone who walks in here. You listen when I talk. Why won't you help yourself? I looked away. Helping others is safe. They leave. Feelings stay. She asked, why are your feelings the enemy? I replied, because they remind me that I once trusted the wrong people. She said, pain isn't weakness. I answered, it became my weapon. She whispered, and that weapon points both ways. I felt something twist inside me. I don't know who I am anymore, she said. Then start there, not with revenge. With truth. That night I lay awake. I whispered into the dark. I changed. I became sharp. I became quiet. I became the storm I feared. The next session, Adrian asked, what did you realize? I said, my hands aren't clean. He nodded. Say more. I whispered. I wanted Lily to drown in regret. I wanted to watch. I wanted her to feel small. He said, and now? I replied, now I see both of us are cracked. She broke me once. I'm breaking myself now. He asked, who loses if you keep going? I answered, everyone. Especially me, he said. Then choose differently, I whispered. I don't know how. He replied, start by admitting you're wounded, not heartless. I looked at the floor. I am wounded. I am angry. And I am scared that revenge will finish what betrayal started, he said. That honesty is the beginning. When I left, the city lights looked softer. I whispered, maybe I'm not only punishing her. Maybe I'm punishing myself. And for the first time, the thought frightened me more than being hurt ever did. Karen placed the papers between us and said, it's finished. I looked at them and whispered, so one signature ends her world? Yes, she said. One signature and everything collapses. I picked up the pen. My hand is shaking. Because you're still human, she replied. I laughed weakly. I thought I killed that part of me. You only buried it, she said. I stared at the pages. Tell me again what happens. Her accounts freeze. Her contracts void. The lenders move in. She loses almost everything, Karen said calmly. And I walk away clean? I asked. Legally, yes, she said. Morally, that's yours to decide. I closed my eyes. I waited years for this. Do you still want it? She asked. I didn't answer. Tears burned my eyes. I remember who I was before all this. I remember believing in people. I remember loving without fear. She stayed silent. I thought this plan was justice, I said softly. And now? She asked. Now I feel like I'm the one holding the knife. I said. She replied. Villains don't question themselves. They just stab. I sighed. Emily keeps telling me I deserve peace. Do you believe her? Karen asked. I don't know, I said. Peace scares me more than revenge. Why? She asked. Because peace means I have to feel everything again, I said slowly. And I'm not sure I'll survive it. Feeling keeps you alive. Ethan, she said gently. Feeling also breaks you, I replied. She nodded. Both can be true. I stared at the pen. This line between mercy and punishment feels razor thin. That's why I asked you to wait before signing, she said. I asked you to build this, I reminded her. You did, she said, and I did. But the man who asked me doesn't sound like the man sitting here. I gave a shaky laugh. The new one feels hollow. Then choose the path that helps you breathe, she said. I swallowed. What if I don't know who I want to be yet? Then don't rush, she said. I promised myself I would never forgive, I whispered. Promises made in pain often become chains, she replied. I saw the younger version of myself in my mind, hopeful, trusting, unbroken. I wanted to protect him, I said. So I turned into this. She watched me quietly. I became sharp, cold, careful. A weapon, I said. Do you want to stay that way? She asked. No, I said. But I don't know how to stop. She slid the papers slightly closer. Then decide what ending you can live with. I stared at my trembling hand. Part of me screamed, sign it. Another whispered, let go. I thought signing would finally free me, I said. Will it? She asked. I don't think so, I whispered. Then why force it? She asked gently. I remembered Lily crying. I remembered Marcus laughing. I remembered nights where my chest felt full of broken glass. Because I hate feeling weak, I said. Choosing mercy isn't weakness, she said. And choosing revenge? I asked. It's understandable, she replied. But it costs. What does it cost? I asked. Your peace, your sleep, your softness, she said. Pieces of you, I breathed out slowly. I've already lost so much. Not all, she said. Otherwise you wouldn't be here, questioning yourself. I looked at my name printed beneath the signature line. This feels like a crossroads. It is, she said. I held the pen over the paper. I want to be better, I whispered. But I also want the pain to stop. Sometimes being better is how it stops. She said. I nodded slowly. Then this is my turning point. What will you choose? She asked. I looked out the window at the city. I built my armor inside and said, I choose the man I want to become, not the one my anger made. And for the first time in years, I let my hand tremble without shame. I stared at the papers in front of me and whispered, this ends tonight. Then I tore them in half. Then into quarters. Then into dust. Karan said softly. So you chose mercy. I chose myself, I replied, and I chose to stop bleeding. She nodded. What will you tell her? The truth, I said. Every sharp piece of it. I found Lily in the quiet hallway. We need to talk. She looked nervous. Did something happen? Yes, I said. Everything. We went into my office. She asked, am I losing the job? No, I said. You're losing the lie, she frowned. What lie? I took a breath. I planned to destroy you. Her face went pale. You what? I built a legal trap, I said. I wanted your life to collapse the way mine did. Tears filled her eyes. I deserve that. Yes, I said. Part of me still thinks so. She covered her mouth. Then why are you telling me? Because I stopped myself, I said. I ripped up the plan. She whispered, why? You should hate me. I did, I said. I let hate guide me for years. It turned me into stone. She cried harder. I broke you. I shook my head. No, I broke myself trying to get even. She whispered, I'm so sorry, Ethan. I know, I said, and I hear it now. But the truth is, forgiveness doesn't erase what happened. She nodded through tears. I don't expect it to. I looked at her and said calmly, I forgive you anyway. She gasped. You do? Yes, I said. Not because you earned it, but because I don't want to live inside that old wound anymore. She sobbed. Then punish me. Yell. Hate me. Don't be kind. I don't deserve kindness. I'm not punishing anyone anymore, I said. Not you. Not me, she whispered. Does forgiveness mean another chance? I closed my eyes. No, her voice cracked. Why not? Because love died back there, I said quietly. And I won't dig it up. She shook as she cried. So this is goodbye? This is me walking forward, I said. And you learning without me. I finally understand what I threw away, she whispered. Not the comfort, I said. Not the stability. You lost me. She nodded, broken. Yes, I did. And I will carry that forever, I sighed. I don't want you ruined. I don't want you gone. I just don't want my life chained to the past anymore. She whispered. I wanted safety. I was afraid. I know, I said. So was I, but fear doesn't excuse damage. She wiped her eyes. What happens now? You build your life, I said, and I build mine. Separate roads. No more knives. No more traps. She whispered. Will you ever think of me? Yes, I said, but not as a wound. As a lesson. A tear rolled down my cheek and I didn't hide it. I once loved you with everything I had. Now I let you go with everything I learned. She whispered. Thank you for not destroying me, I replied. Thank you for teaching me how strong I'd have to become. We stood there in silence. Two people who burned each other and finally stopped adding fuel. I turned toward the door. She said quietly, "Goodbye, Ethan." I answered, "Goodbye, Lily." And I walked away, not to win, not to punish, but to finally breathe without a knife in my hand. Anna said, "You look different." I asked, "Better or worse?" She smiled gently, lighter. "Like you finally put something down." I nodded. "I think I did." She asked, "Do you want to talk about it?" "Yes," I said. "For once, yes." So we sat in the quiet cafe and I told her, I forgave Lily. And I walked away. Anna breathed out. "That must have been hard." "It was," I said. "But carrying hate was harder." She looked at me carefully. "And how do you feel now?" "I feel human again," I said. "Not sharp, not frozen. Just tired and honest," she whispered. "Honest is a good place to start," I said. "I'm scared of trusting people," she replied. "Me too sometimes," I asked. "Then how do you do it?" She smiled faintly. "Slowly, carefully, one truth at a time." I laughed softly. "That sounds safer than revenge." She nodded. "Everything is safer than revenge." Later, I sat with Mom. She said, "Your eyes look softer." "I think I'm healing," I said. She hugged me. "I prayed for that," I whispered. I stopped punishing myself. Emily joined us. "So the storm is passing?" "Maybe," I said. "I still hurt, but it doesn't control me anymore." She smiled. "That's all I ever wanted for you," I replied. "Thank you for not giving up on me." That evening I called Lily. "Are you okay?" I asked Dot. She said, "I'm leaving the city. I need a real restart." I answered, "I hope you find peace." She whispered, "I hope you keep yours." We ended the call without drama. Just two wounded hearts moving on. Days passed. Anna and I talked more. She said, "I don't want to replace anyone." "You're not," I said. "You're someone new, and I want to know you slowly." She smiled. Then we moved slow. I told her I once thought love was weakness. She shook her head. "Love is risk." "Weakness is refusing to grow," I said. "Then maybe I'm ready to grow again." We walked through the park one evening. I said, "For a long time I felt hollow." "And now?" She asked. "I feel like I'm learning to breathe differently," I said. She whispered, "You don't have to rush. Healing doesn't wear a clock." I smiled. "Good, because I'm still clumsy with it." At dinner with my family, Emily said, "We finally have you back." "Not the same me," I replied. "But a kinder one," Mom said. "Kind to others or yourself?" I answered, "Both. I'm trying." Anna asked me one night, "Do you think trust is foolish?" I said, "No, I think blind trust is. But careful trust is brave." She smiled. "Then you're braver than you think," I told Adrian. "I'm not chasing revenge anymore." He asked, "What are you chasing instead?" I said, "Balance, peace, real connection." He nodded. "Then you're finally walking forward." I whispered, "My heart still remembers the pain." He replied, "Healing doesn't erase. It transforms." I walked home afterward and thought about everything. I said to myself, there is no fairy tale ending here, just lessons, just growth. And maybe that's enough. Anna texted, "Thank you for trusting me a little." I replied, "Thank you for not forcing the door open." I looked at the skyline and whispered, "Love is not weakness. Trust is not foolish. But both deserve care." For the first time in years, my chest didn't feel like a battlefield. It felt like a quiet room with the windows open. I stepped onto the rooftop at sunset and whispered, "So this is where the story settles." The sky glowed gold and soft orange. I took a breath that didn't hurt anymore. I said quietly, "I remember who I was. The boy who trusted, the man who shattered, the armor I wore, the blade I carried." The wind moved around me like it was listening. Anna had asked me earlier, "Where are you going tonight?" I'd answered, "To say goodbye to an old version of me." She smiled. "Then say it gently." Now I spoke to the empty sky. "I spent years chasing revenge. I thought pain made me strong." I laughed softly. "All it did was chain me." I imagined Lily somewhere far away, rebuilding her life. I said, "You were my pain. You were also my mirror. You showed me what fear can do to love." For a moment, I heard her voice in memory. "I'm sorry, Ethan." I whispered back into the air. "I know." Emily's words echoed too. "You deserve peace." "I think I finally believe that," I said. I closed my eyes. "I don't hate you anymore, Lily. Not because you didn't break me, but because I learned how to stand after." The sky darkened slightly, glowing deeper. I said, I'm not the man who begged you to stay. And I'm not the man who wanted you destroyed. I'm someone new, someone quieter. Someone who understands his scars instead of letting them rule him. I remember talking to Adrian. You're not healing for her. You're healing for you. I see that now, I whispered. I smiled a little. I used to think winning meant control, power, silence. Now I think winning means letting my heart breathe again. I thought of Anna and the calm way she spoke. Trust isn't foolish. It's careful courage, I said. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough again, slowly, honestly. The city lights began to shimmer beneath me. I whispered, I choose peace. The words didn't feel forced. They didn't feel heavy. They simply felt true. I spoke to the sky like it could hold my confession. I choose peace for the boy I used to be, for the man I became, and for the life I still get to live. A tear slid down my cheek, but it wasn't sharp or bitter. It felt clean. I let go, I said softly, not of the memory, not of the lesson, just of the weight. I pictured Lily smiling somewhere, not haunted, not chasing, just living. I hope you heal too, I whispered. The wind brushed past me gently, like the world exhaled with me. I said one last time slowly, you are no longer my prison. Silence wrapped around me, but it wasn't cold anymore. It was a blanket instead of a cage. I whispered, I forgive myself too. That was the final key. I watched the last line of sun fade beyond the horizon and said, this isn't a fairy tale. There was no perfect ending. Just growth, just lessons, just me still standing. I placed my hand over my chest. The beat felt steady, calm, alive. This is enough, I said. And for the first time in years, my heart felt light. Not because I won, not because someone lost, but because I finally learned how to let go.